Hello my friends, welcome to part 5 in a series of videos on athletic ability and how we see athletic ability using vibrational astrology. We're looking at the 4th greatest athlete of all time according to the websites that I looked at, and it is Pele, the incredible football player. What we call in America soccer, but the rest of the world calls football. There's his natal chart from a birth certificate. Do you see one of the greatest athletes of all time? Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see anything really outstanding. Mars is in the first house in Libra, conjunct the North Node. Where is it? Well, I don't see it, but I do happen to notice Jupiter and Saturn are conjunct with a 3-minute orb. As I've mentioned before, if you happen to notice a very exact aspect in the natal chart, it's interesting to see how those planets get involved in the harmonics. Because this is a great athlete, we're going to expect that this Jupiter-Saturn conjunction gets involved with 2 or more other planets in a 7-based harmonic. We look at the 7th harmonic, and there's the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction, and it's involved with the 2 super dynamic combo planets, Mars and Uranus. So there it is. Notice the lines are thick, indicating the aspects are strong, and we have a Mars, that Jupiter, Saturn, and Uranus, all tightly aspected. Notice Jupiter, Saturn square Uranus, and Mars is making the semi-square and the sesquiquadrat. This is one of the reasons why we say these aspects are important. They appear over and over and over again. So there are the 4 planets. That is enough. That's all you need to make an extraordinary athlete. 4 planets, very tightly aspected, 4 power planets in the 7th harmonic. He's got it. He's got that magic something to make him a superstar. The magic something is the power focused with control in a 7th harmonic. He's got it. But as if that's not enough, because we're talking about the greatest of the greatest athletes, he also has Mercury involved. And it's making these dashed lines, which means 16ths. 16ths. So what happens here with these very high harmonics within the 7th harmonic means it's a very inner level, very, very inner. Mercury kicks in. And these inner level harmonics become more obvious as the person gets older and if they focus on that area of life. What this tells me is that as a child, he has tremendous energy. He can run up and down that field. The other kids are getting tired. He's not getting tired as quickly. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm assuming it's true based on the harmonic chart. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus. Great energy, quickness, and so on. Then, as he gets older, and if he keeps focusing and working in an area that requires focus and concentration and power, and he is in one, he's a football player, as he works in it, he gets smarter and smarter and smarter. So as he gets into the professional level, as he gets into his late teens and early 20s, his Mercury is kicking in. So these high harmonics kick in as you focus and you bring out what's deep within you. And he gets to be extremely smart. We talked about Wayne Gretzky in one of the early videos, how he was such a smart player. He can see who to kick the ball to, who to, what's the best strategy. He goes to another level as he practices. So he doesn't reach his peak right away. You can see where some people keep getting better and better. Other people reach their peak relatively quickly. So his Mercury quicks in. He gets to be a smarter and smarter player the older he gets, and the more he works in this particular sport. So there we have it. 5 planets, all aspected. 5 power planets in the 7th harmonic. We've got the potential for a superstar here. Now here's an interesting thing. If I go to what we call an octave of 7, I multiply 7 times 2, and I go to 14 times 2 again, I'll go up 2 octaves to 28. Then these aspects go down octaves. So I'm going to go up 2 octaves, we'll bring these down 2 octaves, and it will make these 16ths easier to see. So as I magnify greater, I increase the magnification, go from 7 to 28, it'll allow me to see more subtle things more clearly. So I've done his 28th harmonic chart, and now that pattern where Mercury was making 16ths, let me go back to it. Mercury makes 16ths to the basic Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus with Mars. So there's the basic Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus opposite Mars, and Mercury is square. So it turns these into more basic aspects. And now I can see the orbs more clearly, and I can see it's all within orb. We allow 4-degree orbs for squares, 8 for opposition, 16 for conjunctions. This is spreads from 13 to 16. It's all within 3 degrees. 5 planets involved. Now, mind-boggling. Do you see something else? We've got the 5 planets, the Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Mars, and Mercury. A 6th planet gets involved. Pluto. Pluto is sesquiquadrat Mercury and Jupiter, Uranus, and it's actually within orb thin line going to Saturn. It's within orb to these 4, especially to the Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. So I'm in the 28th harmonic, and I'm looking at 8th harmonic within the 28th harmonic. It tells me that that the Pluto to Mercury is a 67 over 224 fraction. It sounds unbelievable, but it sounds unbelievable to most astrologers, but the intricacy, the beauty, the sophistication of nature is mind-boggling, much more awesome and wonderful and sophisticated and intricate and awesome than we would ever imagine. And so no surprise, Mother Nature is wonderful, more wonderful and elegant than we had anticipated. And what does it mean that, in terms of our interpretation, that Pluto gets involved in this very high harmonic? It means as he digs deeper, as he practices more, as he matures, and if he really focuses on soccer, and obviously he has, or I should say football, as we call it in most of the world, Pluto kicks in. He becomes a compulsive. He becomes so absorbed into it. He becomes one with the game. So a 6th planet, 6 of the 7 power planets get involved. Absolutely phenomenal. The only one that's not involved is the Sun. We can see the Sun making a weak opposition to Pluto. Not really involved. Just unbelievable. 6 of the 7 power planets all involved. We have the potential for a superstar, and of course that's exactly what he is. Pele, greatest football player of all time, according to the websites. Amazing. Absolutely amazing how these patterns are revealed in these vibrational patterns. Okay, my friends, who's next? Our next video is going to be... I do have one more slide here, just showing that these aspects do exist in the natal chart. Everything is in the natal chart. Just a little diagram where I show that these are actually, when we look at a harmonic chart, we're actually seeing details of what's in the natal chart. You can pause this video and read my notes about it. Okay, our next video is going to be Bruce Lee. Okay, we will do Bruce Lee next. Thank you very much for listening, my friends. God bless. Namaste.